the FAC did a bunch of work in collaboration with whichever finance director twice on a long-term forecast. And I think we have some semblance of that we guessed at. We've been asked a few times from different circles about, which direction funds would flow if there were more funds. And, I think we have wide generalities of understanding, and I'm hoping that, can you pull the calendar back up, the budget calendar?
I had a question on that.
Yeah, that one. Going through this every single year gets you to resolve your one-year issue and somehow breathe. For 5 of our 7 years, it was either balanced. It ended up in a surplus, even if we didn't think it was going to. And then for last year and then this upcoming year, that's not going to be the case. I think actually, if you look at the net position of the city, and don't quote me on this because I have to go back and look, but I recall around the time that the 3 of us got elected, it was in the neighborhood of 20, 21 million, something like that. So we're sort of heading right back where we were. We hung on, we went up, and now we're back down. And in the process, more has been depreciated. We haven't resolved capital issues other than keeping some streets paved. Actually, let me rephrase that. Keeping the neighborhoods looking great and not dealing with PV Drive West or North. Not a slam on anybody.
Yep.
20 million is also not worth what 20 million was 8 years ago.
Wow, we should talk politics for this. Anyway, you get my drift. Oh, no, where I was going was long-term forecast. So we're missing 2 things. We're missing, what does the direction look like? What does the city need? And I'm hopeful that the CIP budget study session, that we can look at it. That light just drop automatically?
It's falling apart in front of our eyes.
Excellent. I thought, was that like a remotely controlled light that just moved? Anyway. Well timed on staff's part, if that was intentional. Good job.
That's part of the risk we're having to deal with.
Yeah, what the heck was I just saying? We have to take all this work and get it into a long-term analysis, not just this year. And we have to understand whether it's because we're graced with new revenue from the measure that's hitting the current ballot, or we have to adjust and figure something out beyond that. We need to be in a position to be able to do that effectively and figure out how to split that up and get it done and not wonder.
Yeah. And Mayor Kemps, I agree with you. And we've had a number of people, at various points tell us that, we should have had a plan by now, or we don't have a detailed enough plan, or, things along those lines.
And just to be clear, that's not my point, because we always end up robbing Peter to pay Paul, and here we are doing it again. I think we better add somebody else new to the Bible.
And that's actually kind of what I was about to say, which is, I don't think it's so much that we don't know what we need to do. I think actually the list of things that has not been done is relatively well defined. I think the problem is that we have so little money that we can't even take the first, and we certainly can't take the second and third steps to actually do those things and get it done. I mean,